right, time for some grim adventures of Billy and Mandy. Today, Wendy Testaburger, Bebe Stevens, McArthur, and Heidi Turner are stepping up for a roast battle.
Smart, sharp, and ready to shred egos like homework assignments. Give it up for the queen of comebacks, Wendy Testaburger. She's got the style, the sass, and more burns than a tanning salon. Watch out, it's Bebe Stevens. Don't let the name fool you. This girl's about to paint the stage red with her roasts. Here comes McArthur.
Sweet smile, savage words. She'll roast you so fast you won't even have time to update your diary. Make some noise for Heidi Turner.
All right, it's time. This roast battle starts in 3, 2, 1, go!
Kirby right back at ya? More like Kirby right back off my screen. This was supposed to be a cute anime, but it looked like they ran Kirby through a GameCube tech demo and called it a day.
King DDD.
Sis, he sounded like a Texan oil baron with sleep apnea. How you gonna be a penguin king from Dreamland but talk like you're running a barbecue in Dallas? An escargoon? Why did this snail have more personality than half the cast? Bro was basically a sassy secretary trapped in a Nickelodeon slime bucket.
The humans? Tiff and Tuff looked like rejected Sims 1 characters with voices pitched 3 octaves too high. And the townsfolk of Cappy Town? Absolute uncanny valley nightmares.
Let's not forget the plot formula. DDD orders a monster from Nightmare Enterprises. Monster causes chaos. Kirby inhales it. Cue stock animation of the same copy ability. That's not an anime. That's a Saturday morning speed run. Meta Knight was the only cool character, but he sounded like he was cosplaying Zorro after pulling an all-nighter. Kirby, you must feast the monster. Sir, speak up. We're not in a telenovela. And those CGI segments? Ooh, it looked like early PlayStation 1 cutscenes glued into a 2D anime. Seamless? More like screaming mismatch.
Honestly, Kirby didn't even talk, just said Pollo every 10 seconds. And somehow still had more charisma than King DDD's entire budget.
Every monster DDD bought from Nightmare Enterprises was a flop. Like, bro spent millions of Dreamland tax dollars on rejects that couldn't even handle a pink balloon with feet. Amazon scams got better customer service. And Nightmare? Supposed to be the big boss, but he looked like Sephiroth's crusty uncle who got lost in a Hot Topic. He pulled up once in the finale, got folded by Kirby in 2 minutes, and then dipped. The pacing was wild. One episode, Kirby fighting demons. Next episode, Kirby making sandwiches. Pick a genre, babes. Are we saving the world or hosting Iron Chef Dreamland Edition?
And why was every single villager in Cappy Town built like Minecraft villagers with stage fright? Big noses, weird eyes, 0 personalities? I don't care if Kirby saved them. They still look like beta test Muppets.
Let's talk about the copy abilities. They hyped it up like, which power will Kirby use today? And 90% of the time it was just Sword Kirby again. Sis, you've got 50 powers. Stop recycling like it's Earth Day. And can we talk about the dub? 4 Kids really butchered this thing. They censored food, rewrote dialogue, and made Kirby sound like a squeaky dog toy. Justice for the original Japanese Kirby.
All right, and the winner of this fiery showdown is none other than Wendy Testaburger.
Huh, that was just my warm-up. You haven't even seen me get serious yet. Oh, please! I could do this all day and still look fabulous while doing it. That was cute, but next round, I'm turning up the heat until it's unbearable.
Wow, I almost feel bad for you guys. Almost. Let's keep this going.
All right, that was round 1. Let's crank it up and head straight into the next round.
Pole position 2? You mean pole repetition? The big innovation was adding new tracks, but the gameplay was still crash, explode, insert more quarters. The graphics? Every car looked like a rectangular candy bar with wheels. And the explosion animation was basically confetti of disappointment. The sound effects were tragic, too. That engine noise? It sounded like a dying lawnmower choking on gravel. Arcade immersion? Girl, I felt like I was in a mosquito convention.
And let's be honest, every race was just survival until the timer ran out. It wasn't pole position 2, it was pole precision. One mistake, boom! Your whole car's gone.
The controls were so stiff. You nudge left a little too much and suddenly you're doing unpaid NASCAR demolition derby. And those new tracks? Seaside, Test, Suzuka, and Namco Circuit. Wow, 4 ways to crash into the same badly drawn billboards. Groundbreaking. The CPU cars were straight up bullies. They'd crowd you into corners, then disappear like ghosts. I wasn't racing, I was dodging arcade scams in motion.
Honestly, Pole Position 2 wasn't a sequel. It was a patch update you had to pay full price for. And we did, because in 1983, we didn't know better.
The backgrounds? 1 second you're racing past seaside palm trees, the next it's just a single pixel pretending to be Mount Fuji. Immersion level. Windows 95 screensaver. The billboard ads crack me up too. Namco really slapped their logo everywhere like it was subliminal messaging. Buy Namco! Crash Namco! Repeat Namco! And don't forget the cabinet steering wheel! Loose as heck! You turn 1 inch and suddenly you're fishtailing like you're in Tokyo Drift for buffoons!
The timer mechanic was the biggest scam. It wasn't about skill. It was about how many quarters you were willing to sacrifice. Pole Position 2? Girl, that was just an arcade slot machine with tires.
And multiplayer? Oh, waddle-doos! Split-screen racing was basically 2 blurry rectangles fighting for attention. It looked less like a race, more like an eye exam gone wrong. They bragged about real racetracks. Suzuka Circuit? Babe, that's not Suzuka. That's a squiggly line someone drew on graph paper. The difficulty spike was insane. Lap 1. Wow, I'm doing okay. Lap 2. Boom! Car explodes into fireworks because of 1 pixel of grass.
Honestly, Pole Position 2 wasn't about racing. It was about testing your patience, your wallet, and your ability to not punch the arcade cabinet in public.
Pole Position 2? More like pole punishment. Same game, new crashes, extra quarters.
All right! For the 2nd time in a row, Wendy Testaburger takes the win in this roast battle.
2 wins in a row. Guess it's safe to say I'm running this battle? Who's brave enough to stop me? Don't get too comfortable, Wendy. The final round is where I steal the spotlight. Fine. You got lucky again, but in the last round, I'm going nuclear.
Wow, Wendy, congrats! But don't celebrate yet. The final round's where things get ugly.
All right! 2 rounds down, 1 to go. Let's move on to the final round of this roast battle.
Space Tune? You mean Space Tune Out? Every show was just anime reruns chopped up so badly you'd think scissors were the editors. And those planets? Planet Adventure, Planet Sports, Planet Bon Bon? Girl, this isn't world building. This is a preschool solar system project. The censorship was wild too. 1 minute you're watching Detective Conan, next minute the murder scene just vanishes. Like, thanks, Space Tune. Now I have plot holes bigger than outer space.
Don't get me started on the dubs. Why did every anime character sound like they were voiced by the same 3 uncles and 1 auntie? Goku, Conan, and random magical girl all had the exact same accent.
And the commercials? They ran every 3 minutes, screaming about candy, cheap toys, and random vitamins. Space Tune wasn't a channel. It was an infomercial with anime in between. They hyped themselves as the childhood channel, but half of us grew up traumatized when they swapped our favorite anime for some creepy CGI show from France at 8 a.m. And let's not forget the openings. They slapped their own theme songs over anime intros like we wouldn't notice. Sorry, sis, but no one's choosing your off-key trumpet over the Dragon Ball Z soundtrack.
Honestly, Space Tune was less about cartoons and more about survival. If you could follow a storyline through their cuts and dubs, Congratulations, you earned a degree in patience.
Let's talk about the video quality. Half the shows look like they were recorded on a VHS tape that went through a washing machine. Pixelated, grainy, and with random audio cuts. Sis, this ain't space. This is laggy YouTube 2006.
The planet's gimmick? Cute for 5 seconds. But really, it was just an excuse to throw random shows together. Planet Sports had Captain Tsubasa next to a show about juggling? Girl, that's not programming. That's chaotic astrology.
And oh, Waddle Dees, the censorship edits. Characters high-fived? Cut! Someone had a crush? Cut! Meanwhile, explosions, monsters, and screaming? Perfectly fine. So kids can't see a hug but can see a kaiju eat a city?
Don't forget the eternal reruns. You'd tune in expecting something new and, surprise! It's the same Conan episode for the 9th time this month. At this point, I think Detective Conan should investigate why Spacetoon doesn't buy new shows.
Even the theme songs were cursed. They replaced epic anime intros with random Arabic jingles that sounded like a school choir over a Casio keyboard. Dragon Ball Z wasn't about to power up. It was about to sing about friendship in a minor.
And the pacing of ads? Shows cut every 5 minutes for commercials about juice boxes and plastic toys. It wasn't Spacetoon, it was Snacktoon.
All right, that's 3 in a row. Wendy Testaburger dominates the roast battle once again.
3 wins in a row. Guess that makes me undefeated. And unstoppable.
Fine. You're on a hot streak, Wendy. But don't think I'm done coming for you.
3 times? This is rigged. Next time I'm bringing fire that'll actually stick.
Wow, 3 in a row. Okay, respect. But let's be real. Lightning doesn't strike 4 times.
All right, that's a wrap for today. Likes, comments, and subscriptions are always appreciated. I'll catch you all next time.